Hey guys, Sean Hamlin with Premier Guitar here. We have Casper joining us from France to show us the new Vola guitars KJM.
Yes.
Vasti KJM, right?
Absolutely.
Almost forgot the first part of the name. Cool. Well, Casper, thanks for joining us all the way across the Atlantic. Do you want to just start off telling us what's cool about this guitar and all the particular features?
Yes, of course. I'll give you a bit of a backstory first. So I started working with Vola in 2019, and I was really happy with the quality of their production models. I played on the Vola Zenith model as well as the Vola Vasti model, which is the base for this model that is called the Vasti KJM. So very quickly with the founder of the company, we started talking about making a signature model for myself. And I was pretty happy with the body shape of the Vola Vasti, which is like a T-style almost, but with the cutaway in the other direction, which is really nice for higher access on the neck. And so I wanted this as my base model for the body shape. I also like that it's really ergonomic and compact. It's not a very big guitar, and it fits really well on your body. So if you're playing long hours or working long rehearsals and all that stuff, it's a very comfortable guitar to have on you. And I've always Oh, sorry.
Sorry to interrupt, but so I was going to ask, when you mentioned it's compact, I think the other guitars that we've talked to you about in past videos were sort of standard Fender scale 25.5 inch, right?
Yes.
Is this one also 25.5?
It is, absolutely, 25.5.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Just go ahead with what you're telling me about before.
That's fine. So I've always liked the kind of thin line, almost hollow body type of design. So this is why I asked for a small chamber. So it's just taking up this space. So it relieves a bit of the weight. I'm not sure how much it affects the sound, but it definitely gives a bit of a vibe to it, which I like a lot. And although it is my signature guitar, I definitely wanted something that is not specifically for me. It's more thinking of, I don't play in a particular band that requires a very specific sound. I'm more of a session player that plays behind a lot of like pop gigs and theater gigs, and I also do my own music. So I need something that's really versatile, and I wanted something that could accommodate also a new generation of players, in the sense that a lot of people of my generation, born in the 90s, not a lot of us are big guitar collectors. We won't have a collection of like 10 different guitars or vintage guitars and all that stuff. A lot of like my friends, musician friends, they live in apartments, so you don't necessarily have the space to have like 5 different guitars to cover all the different tones you need as a working musician. So I was like, I need to get one model that can cover as much ground as possible sonically, but also that has some personality to it. So this is why I came up with this look, very kind of, I guess very minimalistic, but also, still very functional, and it's a bit different, you know where it comes from, but it's also a bit new as well. So it's kind of like a balance that I've tried to find with the design.
Did you have any woods that you preferred they build the neck and body out of, or did you go with similar choices to what Vola has on other models?
I actually chose very similar to the production model. This is actually the same woods as the Vola OZ model, which is their S-style guitar. So the body is all alder, and the neck is a roasted maple neck.
Now, do you want to tell us about some of the other, like the hardware appointments and the pickups and all that before we hear what they sound like?
Of course. So we have all Goto hardware. We have the Goto 510 tremolo with the steel block. Very reliable tremolo. You can kind of like wiggle it a lot before it kind of goes out of tune. And I like the steel block as well, just sonically. I tested a lot of tremolos, and this one I really like. We also have locking tuners over here from Goto as well. So it's nice to have that very acclaimed hardware company to provide the hardware for this guitar, and it's proven to be very reliable. I've traveled a lot with this guitar. I did a lot of like outside gigging with changing temperatures, and it's been very, very stable, especially in conjunction with the roasted maple neck.
Cool. Now, I can't tell for sure on the video here. Again, it is across the Atlantic, but is the nut like standard, like tusk or sort of bone, or it almost looks like it's brass from my angle?
Oh,
but...
it's not. It's actually it is actually a graphite Graphtec nut.
Why don't you tell us about the pickups and then let us hear a few of your favorite combinations?
Of course, of course. So basically, the pickups on this guitar, I wanted to have a humbucker in the neck and a middle pickup. And the reason for that is that I wanted this guitar to have a 5-way switch to get a lot of different tonal options. And so these are the Vola VHC humbuckers and the VS1 middle single coil. I really, really like these pickups because it's kind of like a blank canvas. It really lets your personality shine through, and you can really model the sound with your hands. I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes with very expensive or boutique guitar pickups, they are voiced such a specific way that it sounds amazing in one context, but then when you're trying to do something different, it's kind of hard to step out. So this is not really what I wanted with this guitar. I wanted it to be really responsive, and I'll demonstrate how responsive it is. And so basically the way it's wired, it's a humbucker, single humbucker, and it has a split on it. There's a mini switch right here. So when it's up, it's all single coiled. So it's kind of like wired as a Stratocaster. You know, you get a single on the neck and a single in the bridge, single in the middle. And when you flip it down, the humbuckers are actually humbuckers. So it gives you a lot of different options, but at the same time, it's very kind of like easy to know what you have engaged, because a lot of guitars that are produced these days have so many different like phase switching and like all the, you know, there's a trend going on to have as many different pickup combinations as possible. And I think it's amazing, especially if you're a studio guitarist that needs to access all of these tones. But I needed this to work as well as a live instrument, you know, and sometimes when you're playing live, you don't have the time to think, wait, what coil am I using right now? So I wanted it to be very versatile, but as well, very simple. So the neck pickup, I guess I'll let you hear maybe a bit of the clean sound. So this is as a humbucker. Very warm, very articulate, very responsive as well. I'll play maybe a little bit of fingerstyle. So very responsive. It can get a bit snappy as the humbucker, but you can also roll that tone down, you know, the classic, and get a much more round and jazzy tone, I guess.
And you said that's still humbucker now,
yes,
right?
That is still humbucker. Now, let me show you the difference of output when you switch into the single coil. So this is as the humbucker. I'm going to switch it to single. So it's quite a big jump in output difference. But what I really like is that it retains the character of that pickup. It's just kind of removing a lot of body and a lot of low end out of it, which I'll show you why I really like that. If you want to get more kind of like aggressive with your playing, then definitely use the single coil. You know, you can get all of these kind of like more funk tones with the single coil, even on the neck. So I guess I'll show you the split coil position. So that's position 2 and 4, I guess. So So here is the neck and the middle. I guess I'll play something more funky. And now the middle and bridge pickup. So really nice for these kind of almost like DI style funk guitars. It's really a sound that I absolutely wanted in this guitar, and I'm glad that the Vola builders were able to deliver. So I guess on about the split again. If I play again maybe something funky, so you'll hear the difference. If I'm playing, for example, the neck humbucker and the middle pickup, it will still be like a split coil, almost out of phase type of sound, but it will have a lot more body since it has the humbucker in the loop. So that's nice, but what I really like is when you flip it to single coil. So now I'll have the neck single and the middle. It will remove a lot of that low end, and the reason I like that is, for example, if you're playing with a bass player and a keyboard player, you don't want all of that low end to kind of overlap with them, or if there's a second guitar player, you know, you don't want to be taking all the space. So I almost kind of use the split as a blending tool. When I really want to get kind of like in the mix, tight with the band and glued in with everybody, I'll split the coil and make sure I blend in, and then it's cool that if you need for a certain part to stand out a little more, then just flip that coil and make it humbucker so you get that more body and a bit of output boost, and you know, you can take the spotlight on a certain part if that's necessary. The last pickup would be the bridge pickup, and the reason I really like this bridge pickup, and it is the same bridge pickup that is on the production Vola guitars, like the Vola OZ that has the humbucker in the bridge. The reason I really like that pickup is because it has a lot of clarity. Like a lot of bridge pickups are like super harsh or brittle, or either have all the high end kind of rolled off to accommodate distortion better. And this is kind of like a nice sweet spot, I think, and especially when you're playing with, for example, when you're playing with reverb. I know a lot of like pop players and CCM and gospel players, they like to do like a lot of ambient stuff, and sometimes if you use the neck pickup with all the low end, it gets kind of like confusing and messy with the reverb trails and all that. But with that bridge pickup, it's actually really nice. If I play a little bit with reverb. So you get a lot of clarity out of the pickup, and it's not kind of lacking warmth at all. I think it's a great sweet spot that they've achieved with that bridge pickup. Also, like if you're really into like, I don't know, which I am, like Alan Holdsworth, like all the complex chords. Since you have that clarity, like all these like crazy complex chords will sound really clear. So yeah, I really like this this bridge pickup. I guess later I'll let you hear it with a bit of distortion. What I want to do now is actually talk about the middle pickup. So I think I've already said that in the previous Vola video, but I'll say it again. The middle pickup is always so slept on by guitar players. And it's a shame because I think it sounds great, and the best use that I've found for it is actually when you listen to the like older records from the 50s and even like earlier than that. The guitars didn't have really high output pickups, and sometimes the solid body guitars would be like really bright. And this is kind of like the character that this middle pickup has. It's like very dry, just like any kind of middle pickup on a S-style guitar, and it's lower output, so you can kind of get these more, I guess, vintage, old school tones. If I demonstrate, for example, I don't know, some soul stuff like... So that's really cool, and I also like for anything that has, like, I guess the proper word is guitar stabs. So like, if you're playing, like, for example, reggae, like... Like, this is the perfect sound for that, because if you're doing that on the neck pickup, maybe it will be too warm and take too much space. But this is just the right amount of presence that you need, and it's very kind of like tight as far as the sound. Like even for, I don't know, like these old school R&B ballads, like. See how clear those stabs sound? And it's not taking my ears away. So for me, this is, I guess this is my plea for the middle pickup. So yeah, guitar players, don't sleep on the middle pickup. It's nice.
Yeah, totally. Now you've mentioned one of guitar players' favorite words, distortion, a few minutes ago. Do you want to show us how this guitar sounds with a couple different flavors of distortion?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'll show you maybe with a little bit of overdrive first. So this is with my overdrive pedal engaged. So you can tell if I pick really soft, this is still clean. And as I mentioned, these are really responsive and dynamic pickups, but if I pick hard, I get all of that distortion, which I love, because for the rhythm parts, I can be really soft, and then if I have a lead, you know. And I didn't touch the pedal at all. I just, with the different pickup combinations, I get so many different options. So this is again, like without touching the pedal, I can jump from this to bridge pickup. And then come back. Cleanish. So this is, for me, that was the most important part about these pickups, is that they needed to be able to do that. And you know, again, the Vola builders delivered on that, so I'm very happy with it. Maybe let's hear some heavier distortion. I'll kick in my distortion pedal. So. So that was the bridge humbucker. I'll show you maybe a bit of lead with the neck humbucker. With the split coil, so same type of thing. So you get that out of phase sound carried over to the distortion, which is nice as well. And also, I'm not much of a heavy player myself, but like this guitar can deliver if you're into like heavier styles of playing. So I'll try maybe play a riff like. you can get some chug out of it as well. So it's possible. And bear in mind that, you know, I just played some chuggy, heavy stuff, but like I can, within seconds, I can just go over the extreme opposite stylistically. So this just proves to show how versatile of an instrument Vola created with this guitar.
Casper, why don't we have you tell us a couple more things before we have you play us out? First off, I think this guitar is available in 2 colors, right? The white one that you have in your lap and then the black one behind you?
Yes, absolutely. So we have 2 colors available. So this is the white version with gold hardware. It is a satin finish on it, so it's kind of like really soft and classy. And we also have, let me grab it really quick so I can show it to the camera properly. So we have the black version. So this is actually the prototype that Vola made. And yeah, it's available in this black satin finish as well, if you're more into darker colors. But these are essentially the same guitars.
Now, why don't you tell us kind of if you have the price list handy or if the prices have been set, let us know how much it's going for and where people can go online to find out more and then maybe play us out.
Absolutely. So you can go on Vola Guitars' website to find out your nearest dealer. The price, the base price right now in US dollars would be around $2,500, but we do have a sale right now up to 25% off. So if you're watching this when this video is being released, you have a chance to catch it on sale. We also have a shop that's dedicated for our European customers. So you can hit that European store and make sure that you get your Vola delivered as fast as possible, since it's the Euro store if you live in Europe.
Cool. Now, what is the website again for that?
It's volaguitars.com.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for joining us, Casper. Thanks for joining us, everyone out there on the web. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any other gear demos and rig rundowns and all that. And Casper, thanks again. Nice to see you.
Good to see you,
want
man.
to play us out with?
Yes, of course. I'll play to a loop. So let's go.